Welcome to another monthly wrap up and monthly TBR. I'm just gonna put 2 in 1. So this month I read 2 books, 1 Kindle, 1 physical. You've all actually seen me finish a Kindle book. That was Purple Hearts by Tess Wakefield. I finished it on my Kindle. I have literally kept it on here. I haven't returned it to Kindle Unlimited because I saved it for this video. I think I gave it like 3 stars. It didn't overly do it for me. It follows Cassie and Luke. I think, is it Luke? Cassie and Luke. Cassie is diagnosed with diabetes and she can't afford all of her bills and medical things and everything. And Jake needs, no, Luke, Jake's the brother. Luke needs all this money to pay back some guy who he had trouble run-ins with growing up as a kid in his hometown. And so these two meet through a mutual friend and they, you know, go, hey, you need money, I need money, the government will pay me money and we just split it while you're away in the army. It's not too bad of a book. I haven't watched the movie. I want to, but I haven't yet because I can't watch it without mum, she'll kill me. So I finished the book though. It wasn't too bad. It did get me in my feels a couple of times, but just it wasn't a 5-star. It was a 3 for me. But yes, Purple Hearts by Tess Wakefield, 3 stars. If you want to read it, I mean, like, go ahead, you know, what's stopping you? I can return it. Ready? Return to Kindle Unlimited. Yes, I am sure. Oh, done. Yeah, it wasn't the best. 3 stars. Will I read it again? Probably not. Will I watch the movie? Yes. And if I like that movie, good chance I'll probably watch that movie again, but we'll see. Next, I finished this book within 10 days. I was very busy with work and just a whole heap of other things, and I've been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley a lot, so, you know, there's a lot of stuff happening. But It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. Literally the most anticipated book this month. Everyone read it and did non-spoiler vlogs. I do have a reading vlog. I tried to do it non-spoiler. It started off with spoilers but then ended with no spoilers. So, you know, it's a bit of both. But yeah, I finished it. It was nice to just see my man Atlas. I know everyone's like, oh, Atlas is my man. Atlas is on my fictional boyfriend list. Like, it's Garrett Graham, Tucker, and Atlas. I can never pronounce his last name, but that C word last name. The one that's on screen. Yes, I rated it 4 stars. It did keep me in, like, my feels. I got all giddy and annoyed and angry and I wanted to throw my book a couple of times. I didn't cry. Last book I was on the verge of tears, like the eyes were watering. This one was just nice, feel good. It was a good book. It wasn't too bad. 4 stars. I feel like it's pretty good. Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover follows Lily and Atlas, still point of view, them going through their relationship with Ryle and Emerson and that whole stuff. I don't want to say too much and give it away, but there was one thing in here that happened that shocked me. I was not expecting it, but it was a 4-star read. Pretty good book. So they're the 2 books I read. Only 2 this month. That to me is a win. I finished a book that I have been reading since August and I finished a book within 10 days. Not the biggest, like, wow, but it's a win to me. And literally, if you just read 1 book a month or something, or like 1 book every so often, 1 book a year, that's still a win, like, you know. Next we have my TBR for November. There are 3 books on here that I have started, but I just haven't finished. That sounds bad. That really does sound bad. That sounds bad, Midnight. So bad. I have Midnight on my lap. I've got cuddles. The first book I actually started literally right after, or a couple of days, I think, or like a day, I don't know. I started it before It Ends With Us arrived. Like, funny thing with It Ends With Us. I pre-ordered it on Amazon. I was like, yep, cool. And then my mum wanted to go into town. We went to Big W and they had the book there, so I had to buy it so I could start reading it then and there. So I did, and then 2 days later it arrived at my house, but I returned it, so it's all good. I got the book. I was like halfway through it when it arrived anyway, so yeah. But this book I started before It Starts With Us, before I started reading that, and and I've just gotten back into it because I finished it, and I haven't picked up another book since I finished that, as it was like 3 days ago that I finished it, and I just wanted a bit of a break. But it is The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. I did talk about it in last month's TBR/monthly wrap-up. So far I'm just about 100 pages in. I'm on page 93, chapter 10. It's getting a little interesting. The start, I was hooked. Like, I was hooked from the start. But then of course It Ends With Us came out, and I was like, yeah, I need to put this down so I can start reading this. But yes, The Ex-Hex, it follows Vivine. I call her Viv. Her nickname's Vivi, but I read it as Viv. I don't know why, I just do. Vivine and Reese. Reese is a powerful witch / warlock. They call them witches, but I see them as like warlocks. And then it also follows Vivine, who is a witch. Vivine lives in a small town. She has basically grown up there since her parents died, and she moved in with her aunt and her cousin. Reese was in her hometown for like a whole summer or something, for summer school or something that his dad sent him to. He met Vivine, they dated for a couple of months, and then he basically went, hey, my dad's making me marry some chick that I don't know. So he goes back there. She's heartbroken. The day that they basically break up, she puts a hex on him, like a curse on him. She doesn't think it's real, like, you know, they're making it up. They're like, oh, it's, you know, it's make-believe, you know, it's just for fun. Little did they know. I'm basically right up to, I don't want to say anything, but I'm 100 pages in. If you're on page 93, chapter 10, you know what I'm talking about. But yes, The Ex-Hex. So far so good. That's on my TBR again because I started reading it and I want to finish it. This next one has been on my TBR for months, and it's because it's the big chunky boy. It's the chunky boy. And that is from Look Off With Love from Mariana Zapata. I'm nearly 70% through, guys. You know, I'm up to a new chapter. What chapter am I on? I'm curious. I don't know where I am roughly in this book. So I have that much to go. It really doesn't look like that much, but I've read all that. Okay, I've read all that and I have that much to go. But you would think I'd be able to finish it. It's been on here for like almost a year. Next year it will be a year. You know, I need to finish it. I slowly got back into it, and then I was like, I feel like a spooky Halloween type book. And so yeah, I picked up The Ex-Hex. But yes, Mariana Zapata. I'm hoping you all know what it's about. It follows Lukov and Jasmine. Jesus, I forgot her name. Lukov and Jasmine, they are ice skating buddies. She doesn't want to, they're like enemies to lovers type thing, I am getting, because the vibes from Lukov at the moment, if you know in chapter 15, you know. But yes, from Look Off With Love, Mariana Zapata. We'll see if I finish it. This is my first Mariana Zapata book, and I'm loving it. Not too bad. Like, I don't mind it, but I think because her books are so thick and they're all slow romances, and I don't know. But she's there. We have that one once again. I feel like it's gonna be on like all the time until I finish it. The day I finish it, holy shit. This next one, you've seen. Again, seen it again. I am nearly halfway. You saw it in my last video, my last TBR as well. I just got off the phone with my grandparents. Okay, what was I talking about? Oh yes, my next book. I didn't tell you what it was. I'm wanting to finish. I'm about halfway through The Vampire Academy by Rachel Med. I feel like I'm butchering that name. But it follows Larissa, who is like royalty in the vampire world, and what's her best friend's name? Rose. It's been a while. Rose and her have like this connection type thing that not every vampire and their like guard, I'm assuming, have. Oh no, I don't really know. So far it's not too good, not too bad. Obviously it's a movie. I did watch the movie. There is a TV show or a film on Stan. I want to read the book first and then maybe rewatch the movie and then watch the TV show. We'll see. But yeah, it follows those two girls. They go back to the Vampire Academy because they left, like ran away when they shouldn't have. They got captured by the academy because she's a princess and a whole heap of stuff. But we'll see if I finish it. We'll see if we finish it. I don't know if we will, but it's the thought that counts, right? We are now going to go on another book that is in my TBR so freaking much, and that is Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. This one follows Pip again. I think she has like a podcast or something, and like a friend of hers goes missing and no one's gonna help find them, so she's like, I'll do it. She says that she's gonna go find her friend, and then a whole heap of things come up. I'm not gonna talk much about it because I've talked about it so many times, but it's on there. We'll see if I read it. Probably won't. I will try, okay? I said the thought that counts. This has been on my TBR before, and it's on it again because I want to read the book. I want to read the whole series. It is the second book in the Bridgerton series, and that is The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn. Second book in the Bridgerton series. You all know the show. I haven't read the second book. I have all of the books, but I haven't read any of them but the first one. And I love season 2 so much. This is Anthony's story and how he met Kate. Based off the TV show, they're freaking amazing. I love them. We'll see if the book's better. It probably is, but we'll see. But this next one is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu. I'm not even going to pronounce the whole name because I'm afraid I'm going to butcher it. But it is this short, obviously short, it's very small novel about cafe. I think there's like 3 or 4 stories in this book of people going back and, you know, meeting their loved ones again, having a conversation with them, and then leaving, and then I guess feel better because they've had to be able to say that goodbye to that loved one that they didn't get to say goodbye to. I think. I don't know. It's on here again. We'll see if we get to it. We probably won't, but the thought's there, okay? This next one is a sequel to a series. I read the first series. This is the second series. They're all based off in the same like universe, world, and that is the brand new series, The Risk by Elle Kennedy. This one follows Brianna, is it? I'm pretty sure it's Brianna and Jake. Yeah, Brianna and Jake. I read the chase, loved it. It took me a while to get through it, but I loved it. I loved the whole Briar and Off Campus series. I just love the world. I love Off Campus more, I think, though. But everyone says that this book is the best one in the series, so I need to read it to find out if it is and if I love these characters as much as I love the Off Campus characters. We shall see. Okay, these next 2 have never been on my TBR before. Never. I've wanted to read them, but they haven't been on my monthly TBR before. First up, we are going to hopefully read a book by Holly McGlock, and that is The Mix-Up. I believe this follows our main character. I can't remember her name. Paige. One of these guys is Noah, and one's her ex. So I think this is her ex, and this guy is Noah, I think. I don't know much about this book, but we'll see if I read it. I don't think I will, but because I want to read all those ones, but we shall see. This next one, I put this on here. I was going to read it last year, but I didn't. But I want to read it this year because everyone reads it, this book, this time of the month, every time. Oh well, preferably the night. That is November 9 by Colleen Hoover. I want to read it. People apparently cry and like it breaks down every November. I don't know much about this book. All I know is that this couple or these 2 people meet up every November night, like make a pact, and they catch up and meet up and talk and all that. I think, I don't know if they keep in contact throughout. I really don't know much, but we want to read another Colleen Hoover book. That's it. Will I read them? Who knows? Do I plan on it? Yes, there are books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books I plan on reading this month. And these are all physicals. They're none of my Kindle ones. But if I finish From Luke Off With Love, I will start a Kindle one. I just always have been reading a Kindle and a physical at the same time. It's how I am. I like to be able to do that. So then when I'm in bed and I don't want to have my lights on, just turn my Kindle on and just read and lay and read. But yes, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!